Today's explanation is about a horror thriller movie revolving around a drug addict and alcoholic girl called Lou. Our movie starts at a location which looks like an abandoned warehouse converted into a partying hall for the time being. Dozens of people are boozing and dancing as if they won't ever get to dance again. A drunk Lou is seen being forcibly dragged by a seemingly malicious man called Warren. After she wakes up, she feels ill with pain taking over all of her body. This continues for a few days when she shares this with her friends. Anna asks her about the last time she got her periods and suggests she go to a doctor. Later on, Lou, Anna, and Sadie go to a general store to buy themselves some drinks and chips. Lou shares with them how impossible it was for her to be pregnant, as she hasn't made out in nearly 6 months. Sadie tells Lou to control her drinking habits for a few days to give her digestive system some rest. While driving back home, the girls, imagining it to be a pregnancy, converse about how they will handle the situation. On the other side, we get to know that Warren works for Gabriel, who is Sandy's drug dealer and boyfriend. Gabriel is a drug dealer and also works part-time collecting clean urine for drug testing. He has locked up a girl called Trish to test the drugs he receives. He has recently got a huge delivery of new drugs who he thinks will get highly popular among the teenagers. On being asked by Warren about what they intend to do with Lou, he answers that they will do nothing. Gabriel leaves to deliver the drugs to his clients. The girls are back home. They are drinking and partying while Lou by mistake lets her microwave touch her little party crasher with the radioactive energy. She then starts appreciating the Beastmaster, and suddenly there's a loud exploding noise from the microwave as it bursts, and the house is full of smoke. The scene then shifts to a gas station, where a woman is seen examining a missing poster pasted on the walls of the gas station. Some boys drove there and tried to kidnap the woman. The boys turn out to be working with Gabriel, who uses women as sex workers. The woman threatens them with a knife. They leave. When the smoke fades away, Lou, while watching television, tries to recall what happened the night in the warehouse, but she couldn't. While talking to Sadie, she reveals that she is penniless and must work in the motel to earn some bucks for partying. Lou and Sadie decide to go for miniature bowling cluelessly at the same location where Gabriel strikes his drug and prostitution deals. The prostitute takes his clients in a car at the backside of the bar, where they make out. Gabriel catches a man glaring into the car, interestingly at the two people making love. He tries to hush him away to protect the privacy of the client. The man stands there for some time, as if he has never seen it happen before, and leaves. The next morning, Lou starts to notice some changes in her body. Her nipples turn soft and sticky. She gets ready and is heading to work with her friend Luke in the car. She asks Luke to get her a pregnancy test kit. Luke gets out of the car to get it. In Luke's absence, a seemingly crazy man appears suddenly in front of the car's window and starts to knock. Luke arrives at the scene and shoos him away. Luke suspects the man to be one of the clients. To this, Lou reveals how she thinks of Gabriel as a mad person who is mentally affected by all the experiments performed on him in the military. After arriving at the hotel to work shifts, she starts cleaning the rooms, but she starts vomiting. Blurred memories of that night start clouding her mind, and she passes out. A woman called Lorna sees her and takes her to bed to rest. After regaining consciousness, Lou sees Lorna in the room and comes to know that she left some stuff in the hotel and came back to take them, but she saw her lying unconscious in the bathroom and helped her get to bed. Lorna, being very lonely, tried to strike a conversation with her, but she has a lot of work to do. She offers Lorna to come to the mountains and leaves. In the evening, she goes out with Sadie. While they drink themselves to death, they talk about her being pregnant. To this, Lou recalls how she had a miscarriage in the toilet of a club due to dancing and jumping crazily. She assures Sadie that it's impossible for her to be pregnant as she hasn't had sex since that incident. But Sadie, still doubtful, insists on taking the pregnancy test. She agrees to it. Warren, in an attempt to find Gabriel, visits the urine samples lab. Startled, he sees jade converted into a gelatinous mass lying on the floor. He is sure that it is the consequence of one of Gabriel's experiments going wrong. Using the pregnancy test kit, Lou finds out that she is pregnant. She looks at herself in the mirror and notices some strange markings on her neck along with a layer of redundant skin. Warren, eager to deliver the message to Gabriel, visits him, and after listening to him, Gabriel tells him that he was eager to test a new drug on Jade and didn't check the safety of the drug. Sadie is there too, and after knowing his carelessness, gets mad at him for administering the drug into Lou without proper checking it. Lou, still looking at herself in the mirror, notices that someone is trying to break into her trailer as it starts shaking. In order to keep a watch, she sits near the door and dozes off. She sees a dream where a man is telling her about her bright future, which gets converted into a nightmare in which some cartoon characters are performing a vaginal exam on her. Waking up, she notices her protruding stomach and a blister formed on her feet. After cutting the blister open with a knife, liquid leaks out of it. She performs the dressing with the help of toilet paper and falls asleep. Waking up to a knock on her trailer door, she opens the door to discover Lorna. After a short conversation, she comes to know that Lorna went through a similar situation, but no one helped her and wanted to help Lou. She accepts her help. While driving to get some food, Lou tells Lorna that her father was in the military. To this, Lorna shares that she was also a part of the radar team, and while being on a mission, she got affected by some humming light and developed clairvoyant powers. They arrive at Fun Zone to get some food. They run into Warren there as he works shifts there. On being asked about Lou's condition, Warren tells her that he has no idea of what it was. Gabriel paid him to inject the drug in her. He also tells them about Isaac, who sells drugs to Gabriel. We are then directed to a lovey-dovey scene between Sadie and Gabriel. He shares with her that he does supply women to Isaac in return for the drugs, but he has not got the least idea about what he does to them. Lorna and Lou return to the trailer. Bewildered about what to do next, Lorna shows her arm where lies a scar, which she claims to be there due to an implant inserted and removed forcibly while she was in the military. But Lou seems not to care about these and goes to rest. The next morning, Sadie brings them some food, and seeing her condition asks her to visit a doctor or go to Gabriel. But Lou instead insists on visiting the warehouse as it may strike her memories back. The three of them head there. As soon as Lou starts inspecting the premises of the warehouse, a blurred memory of getting injected with something bangs her mind. Watching her suffer, Sadie has no option but to reveal the truth. She tells her about Gabriel trying to test his drugs on Lou. They come back to the trailer. Back in the trailer, Lou starts screaming out of the labor pain. Sandy secretly informs Gabriel, who is with Isaac. Gabriel, along with his boys, leave for the trailer to bring Lou on Isaac's orders. Lou ties herself to a cloth tied to the roof and starts practicing for her aerial show. But instead, she gives birth to a distorted, vivid, and bodiless head. Gabriel and Isaac arrive in the trailer with their men and shoot Lorna. They put the head to sleep and look at Lou. Isaac tells her how he used her as a vessel for the alien the military was aiming to produce, which can survive the harsh environment in outer space. But soon enough, limbs begin to arise from her vagina, followed by her body structure leaving her flesh an empty shell. The headless body kills both Isaac and Gabriel. And the end. What do you think about this one, guys? Let me know in the comments section down below. Cheers.